Success rarely arrives with loud footsteps. More often, it grows quietly in the shadows of doubt, failure, and persistence. This is the story of Ion, a young man who began his journey with nothing but determination and an unshakable belief that his life could be more than what circumstances had decided for him. Ion grew up in a small town where dreams were considered luxuries. His father worked long hours as a laborer, and his mother stitched clothes late into the night to support the family. Money was always short, and worries were always plenty. While other children talked about becoming doctors or engineers, Ion learned early how to calculate expenses, sacrifice desires, and stay silent about his own dreams. School was not easy for him. He walked miles every day because transportation cost too much. His shoes wore out quickly, and his books were often secondhand. Many classmates mocked him, not knowing the strength he was quietly building inside. Teachers saw him as average, because he was shy and rarely spoke. But inside Ion's mind lived questions, ideas, and hopes that refused to die. One evening, after a long day of work, Ion's father sat beside him and said, "I can't give you wealth, but I can give you one thing, freedom to dream." Those words stayed with Ion like a promise. That night, he decided his life would not be defined by poverty but by perseverance. After finishing school, Ion faced his first major failure. He applied for a scholarship and was rejected. It felt like the world had closed its doors on him. For days, he questioned his worth and abilities. But instead of giving up, he chose to learn. He spent hours in free libraries, watching educational videos, and teaching himself new skills. While others slept, Ion studied. He started working part-time jobs, cleaning offices, delivering parcels, and assisting shopkeepers. The pay was small, but the lessons were priceless. He learned discipline, communication, and responsibility. Every rupee he earned was divided carefully, some for family needs, some for savings, and some for learning. One day, Ion discovered online freelancing. At first, it seemed impossible. He had no experience, no fancy computer, and slow internet. His first proposals were rejected again and again. Weeks turned into months, and still nothing worked. Frustration returned, but this time he welcomed it as fuel. He improved his skills daily, practiced relentlessly, and learned from every rejection. Then, finally, one small client gave him a chance. The payment was low, but the opportunity was priceless. Ion delivered the work with complete dedication. That single project became the foundation of his future. Slowly, more clients came. His confidence grew. His income increased. For the first time, he was able to help his parents financially without borrowing or begging. The pride in his father's eyes was worth more than any money. But success didn't make life perfect. Ion faced burnout, self-doubt, and fear of failure even after achieving progress. The difference was that he no longer feared starting again. He understood that success was not a destination, it was a mindset. Years later, Ion built his own small company. He hired people from backgrounds like his own, people with talent but no opportunity. He believed success meant lifting others as you rise. His story began inspiring others in his town, proving that circumstances do not decide destiny, choices do. Standing on a stage one day, invited to speak at a local school, Ion looked at the children sitting in front of him. He saw himself in their curious eyes. He smiled and said, "You don't need perfect conditions to succeed. You need courage, patience, and the will to keep going when no one believes in you." Today, Ion is successful, not just because of money or status, but because he turned pain into power, failure into lessons, and dreams into reality. His journey reminds us that true success is built quietly, step by step, by those who refuse to quit. And that is how a silent struggle becomes an unstoppable success.